There are 5 steps to getting from where you are now to 50K a month in your own agency. Step number 1, your niche and your service. Very basic, but select one specific niche that you target with your service. Don't go too narrow, don't go too broad. An example of a good niche is targeting eCom brands with an AOV of at least $100, while a bad one would be dog-related eCom brands in Texas. That's way too narrow, or just eCom brands. That's way too broad. Then select one specific service. Your goal is to be an expert, not a generalist. You can always add more services down the line. An example of a good service would be paid ads and ad creatives. Super niche. You know exactly what you're doing, while paid ads plus email plus SEO would be way too broad and you would suck at all 3. Then make sure that your upsells add directly onto this main service. So if you are offering paid ads and ad creatives, upsell UGC, AI voiceovers, stuff like that. Don't begin going into email reactivation or stock forecasting, stuff that is outside your zone of genius. If you go onto the website of my agency, you can see this very, very clearly. Building Norway's best ad agency, specific service. We only do ads. We specialize in scaling ads for companies that spend over 150,000 crowns a month on ads, which is $15,000. We are highly targeted in every single part of our website. All of these brands are our exact ICP. They're well known in Norway. So when someone goes on this page, they know exactly who we work with and what our service is. Everything is about scaling ads because that is what we do at my agency. Next, don't get shiny object syndrome. You will be offered to do more. Don't do it. Clients will be reaching out to you like, hey, can you also do our email? Or hey, can you also do our SEO? Don't do it. This immediate cash grab might feel good, but it dilutes your future potential because again, you're not an expert, you're a generalist. You do everything okay, but there is nothing you are great at, and people will pay you great prices when you are great at one thing, not when you are a generalist that is able to do everything at an okay level. People want 5 agencies that are specialized in every single part of their business, not one agency that does everything so. Step number 2, increase your prices with every new close. So when you are charging a retainer, increase it by $200 to $300 a month with every close. If you start at 1.5K a month, next time you pitch someone, pitch them at 1.8K, then 2.1K, then 2.4K. You get the process. Keep increasing your prices with every new close. If you are charging on performance, which you should be doing, the performance will naturally increase over time because the more you spend, the more revenue you generate and the more performance you will earn. Every new client that you sign should also be spending more than the previous one. So the same way we increase our prices, the quality of clients you're closing should be increasing with every new close. First, they are spending 5K a month, then 10K a month, then 15K a month. This requires case studies, which is a gradual process. You can't really jump to businesses spending, $100,000, $200,000 a month on ads, but you will get there if you follow these 5 steps. Then watch your conversion rate. You'll be surprised by how far you can take the price without seeing any decrease in the conversion rate. I had to triple the prices in my own agency before we began seeing the conversion rate suffering. And if your conversion rate begins suffering, you have overextended yourself. Take one step back, work your way up, get more case studies, and then try pitching a higher price again. Step number 3, begin building a personal brand as a long-term acquisition play. Select a platform. I recommend LinkedIn. Let me show you my LinkedIn profile. I have 6,000 followers in Norway. And again, the whole profile just screams that we scale ads for brands in Norway. We are highly, highly targeted. Every single post of mine talks about paid ads in one way or another. As you can see, I don't get too many likes, 23 likes. This one got 100, a couple comments. You don't need hundreds of thousands of people seeing your posts to scale to where I am at 100K a month. You need a micro niche personal brand. Everyone's doing it now. Jump on the bandwagon, but you can do it on a different platform that is not as mainstream as, Instagram or YouTube. I recommend LinkedIn. I've made an entire video on it. Go check it out after this one. And the key here is to understand that platform deeply. So begin using it actively. If you choose LinkedIn, begin scrolling on LinkedIn on a daily basis. Understand what content does well. Watch YouTube tutorials. There are thousands of videos out there, and if needed, buy a course. Next is just about posting. Begin posting, but don't expect immediate results. Building a personal brand will take a couple of months with daily posting. Then answer comments and interact with other users on the platform. And most importantly, test new stuff, log the data of those tests, and then iterate. So let's say you try a new content, type U post that, you make sure to log the data, how many people liked it, how many people commented, how many leads did you get from that, compare it to your usual posts and see how well that performs and use that for future posts. This is the biggest driver behind the success of any personal brand out there. Lastly, warm outreach and nurturing through webinars. Reach out to every new follower you get and start conversations. So when someone follows you, let's say on LinkedIn, you reach out, hey, thanks for the follow. Are you in the process of scaling your eCom brand or what's up? Just get a conversation going, begin giving them value. And when they are ready, they will book in a call with you. And then once you have 2 to 2.5 thousand followers, begin hosting digital events. Every single one of the big influencers, TGR, Briscales, Iman Godzi, Jordan Platten, every single one of them is hosting digital events, and it's because they work. This has been the biggest driver behind the conversion in my own agency. You get those people warmed up through your content, then they jump on the webinar, you give them a ton of value, and at the end you have a soft CTA for them to book a call with you. They do, and you close them. Again, just cheat code to actually converting people from your personal brand. Step number 4, only hire world-class people and build a generous bonus system. So hiring, how do you hire? You build a highly qualifying job description. Let me show you ours. I just posted a new job for a new Google Ads media buyer at my own agency. It looks like this. We are hiring for a Google Ads media buyer. I go in depth about who we are and what we value, who thrives at Curve. Crazy qualification on the first step, so we don't get basically any super unqualified people in our pipeline, because if someone reads this and still applies, they have some kind of integrity, they somewhat align with our beliefs. You talk about what they'll own, our culture, the offer, our team, and the essential requirements. Then you link them to a tally form that they have to fill out. They fill out the tally form, and at the end you give them a loom to record. This has been a cheat code to actually filtering out the bad candidates. So get them to record a loom. If it's a pre-recorded loom from long ago, immediately disqualified from the process. If they have a shitty camera, immediately disqualified. If they don't know how to talk or only share their screen without the video, again, immediately disqualified. You immediately know who actually is committed and who isn't. So use the loom strategy. You'll get so many more qualified candidates coming your way. Then distribute this job description on LinkedIn and on Upwork, and only book calls with the 10 out of 10 candidates. And lastly, this is a technique that I've been using a lot lately, is poaching from other agencies. So reach out to employees at other agencies that you look up to. Send them a message like this one. Hey, Wild Story, we are working with some cool brands. Do you want to work with us? Usually they say yes, you book them in, you already know that they are qualified because they are working at a big agency. You trust that the person that hired them also has good qualification criteria, so they kind of go through 2 qualification criteria before they land in your lap. So the best employees we've had so far have been from poaching. Then firing, at least as important as hiring, and the main thing here is to fire fast. Always start with a 1-month test period, and if they are not a fit in that 1 month, get them fired immediately. I personally lost over $50,000 to a bad hire that we kept on for too long. So again, learn from my mistakes and fire them as soon as you feel that they are not the right fit. You can't always predict every single part of how a human is. They talk a lot on the interview, but then when it gets to actually working, sometimes they just don't match up to everything they promised. And then bonuses. This is so important for keeping people and keeping people invested. For your top employees, give them a profit share and performance bonuses. So the profit share should be anywhere from 2 to 3% of the agency's profit each month. This creates high commitment, but you don't want to give away too much of your profit either. So be careful with who you give profit share to. And for your standard employees, give them performance bonuses. These should be linked to the same KPIs you use for your client's performance deals. So let's say you're a client performance deal that pays you more when you reach a certain milestone and spend with a set ROAS. Once you reach that, also give your team performance bonuses so that everyone is working towards the exact same number. The idea here is that when your agency makes more profit, your employees should get paid a part of it too. This is what it looks like at my own agency. We have a milestone for paid social, we have a milestone for paid search, we have a bonus amount for each of these. And then, of course, the relevant team members just go in, check every month if they've hit those or not, and then add that to their invoice. Step number 5, watch your expenses like a hawk. Analyze your expenses every single month. So every single month, at the end of the month, sit down and go through every single expense in your agency and log it to see development over time. This is what it looks like in my own agency. If you ask me, Alex, How much did you spend on advertising in May of 2025? I just go into the sheet and I can tell you exactly how much we spent. I can see the exact development from month to month. I know how much we're spending each month, and I know how it is developing over time. You have the total, you have the payroll, and then you get your total expenses for the month. Of course, I'm not going to show you my own company's expenses, but if you want access to this sheet, reach out to me on Instagram and I'll send you over the template. Then cut where possible. So analyze. You have a software that you're paying, let's say $30 a month for. Are you using it? If not, just remove it. Is there a cheap alternative? If there is, remove it and get the cheaper alternative. It may seem like small amounts when you are analyzing, $10 here, $20 here, $30 here, but if you consider it to be But if you think about the weight of subscriptions, if you have a $30 a month subscription, that's $360 a year that is just flying out the window. So just by cutting it, you already saved yourself nearly $400 over the course of a year. And if you do this every single month, you cut out 2, 3, 4 subscriptions every single month, suddenly you're saving thousands and thousands. But remember, this does not apply to employees. You can never overpay for top talent. When you have the best people, pay them a salary they will never complain about. Of course, don't go too overboard. Don't pay a media buyer, 15K a month, but just remember, the most important people in your agency are worth keeping. It's so much better to pay them a little extra every single month than having to go through the whole hiring and training process again in a month or two. Just make sure that your team isn't bloated. These are the 5 steps I took to take my own agency from 10K to 50K a month. Use it wisely, and I'll see you at the top.